Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Communication Craft. I am Tracy Ferrand. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to remove ambiguity that's not been clear in our communication so that we can get what we want, have clarity, have more harmony, resolve problems, and so on. So I believe it was George Bernard Shaw. Let me look at his quote. He said, "The biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place." Sometimes we think we've communicated, but we really haven't. So sometimes we tend to be ambiguous, not clear, because one, we are afraid. We're afraid of no, maybe afraid of yes too. We don't have the technique. It depends on the dynamic of the environment, parent to child, child to parent, or boss to employee, if it's depending on the personality. There's many things that cause us to be ambiguous. So how do we remove ambiguity? How do we remove this bottleneck or this clog? So first there's two ways. One where we are communicating to someone and when someone is communicating to us. So I'm going to start with when we are communicating to someone else, be it a presentation or in family, friendships, or work, and so on. The first is to say what you want. Decide what it is that you want. What is your intent? What is your purpose? What is your goal? If necessary, write it down depending on the importance. Decide exactly. Specify what it is that you want. Not just an idea. Specify, I want this. Right? And once you specify, then you can frame your conversation. You can use phrases like, I would like. I would like is always a polite phrase. I'd like so and so. I'd like a pay raise. Or you can use phrases like that to include in your conversation if you really want to be very polite. You can be polite and very direct. One of the things that people think that if you are direct, then you are rude. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. You can be direct and you can be respectful at the same time. So in fact, it's recommended. They go hand in hand. It's a partnership, being direct and being respectful. It's a more efficient way of communicating. We don't waste time and we connect on the right page and we see eye to eye. So that's the efficient way to communicate going forward, being direct and respectful. I would like so and so. I want to talk to you about A, B, or C. So decide exactly what you want. Now, for example, let's change the situation. Let's say it's a guy that's interested in or a man that's interested in a woman. And many times people are in friendships, but they don't know how to tell the person that they are interested or they like them. Sometimes it happens a lot. And then they look back 10 years and say, oh my goodness, if only I had said something. Because maybe the person really did like them too. You never know. At least you would have known yay or nay. So let's use that situation, for example, and you can apply to broader scenarios. So the man is interested in the woman and he sees her, maybe it's in a friendship or something. And then he says to her, oh, I like your blouse. Oh, I like your hair. So he's saying different things at different points to her. I like this, I like that. But, he expects her to, some women are very skillful and very intuitive to be able to pick it up and to pitch back. But others are just thinking, oh, maybe it's a friendship. Oh, he's just being nice, and which many people are. Sometimes they're genuinely just being nice. So you want to come outside of that gray area, and you want to go into that very clear area. So you're going to say to her very clearly, let's say it was a friend that you've been friends for 2 years. You're interested in the person. I am not the expert, but this is my recommendation. Or it could be vice versa. It could be the woman interested in the man. We've been friends for 2 years and we've been talking and so on. And you can even say, if you want to prepare the person, I have no expectations. I don't feel obligated to say yes, but I just want to make sure I put it forward to you. I'm interested in you. I think you're a very beautiful person, inside out, and I'd really like to see if we could develop a relationship. What do you say? So something like that. As I say, it's not perfect, but you're very clear that you are interested. Not I like your blouse, I like this, hoping that she will. Because some people are nerds. They not yeah, I'm a nerd too to some extent. Some people, they appear very savvy and quick and fast, but they're busy with work, they're busy with things, and they're not thinking along that. Maybe they never thought about it or something. So you want to be very direct, because this may be your life partner. This may be your life partner, who could bring you joy, and you can build and have more happiness together. So you just want to be very clear instead of looking back and say, oh, ouch, I should have said something. Um, when you're very clear in your delivery, you can always plan and prepare. So in that situation, let's prepare that situation. For example, you plan for the yes, you plan for the maybe, and you plan for the no. So the yes, let's say she says yes, or the guy says yes. Then you want to say, don't leave it at that. You want to prepare, okay, um, would you mind, or not would you mind? You want to say something like, okay, how about we go, have a drink, or have a cup of coffee, depending on the personality, or have lunch or have dinner next Saturday, August 27th, just giving a date. It could be any date. So you're very clear and you're sealing the deal and you're following up to show that you're really interested and you get the ball rolling. So you're not just, so you told her directly that you're interested, or you told him directly that you're interested, and then he says yes and you're following up, right? Next is the maybe. If the person is very maybe, it could be that maybe they don't want to hurt your feelings, they want to keep the relationship, or they want to string you along, or maybe they're involved in another relationship and there's a situation. So you want to clarify that maybe. And again, you're not going to be ambiguous. You're going to be very direct and very clear. So you're going to say something like, maybe, I'm really interested. I'm ready to, start getting to know you and to get into a relationship. For example, as I say, I'm not the expert, but something along that lines. I'm interested in getting to know and getting in a relationship. Can you explain? Is it that are you in a relationship? And you can ask yes, no questions. Why do you say maybe? Person may say not now, or so on, or you can pick up what's going on. Maybe the person doesn't want to hurt your feelings, and you can say, listen, it's on me. It's on me. I know I'm putting myself out there, so I know I'm prepared for a yes or a no. So it's okay. Don't feel bad to tell me no. Don't worry about it. So you can make that very, very clear. So you clarify the maybe, why, and so on. And is that you're in a relationship or you are not ready, and so on. Let's say it's a no. You're not gonna be mean to the person. Don't get into your feelings. Don't be mean to the person. You say, okay, I understand. You can even open the door. If this is truly a valuable person, maybe you want to open the door and say, if you're ever available, well, maybe not sitting down waiting, but you know what I mean? You just let the person know. Maybe if maybe they're single, but they're not ready for a relationship because they're studying, starting a new program or something. So in that case, you can say to the person, well, if you ever change your mind, I'm here, or something like that, depending on the situation. Or you can just say, okay, I get it, all right, and you find some fun way to bring back that relationship. It may get awkward too, depending on the personality, and so on. So you want to prepare your emotions as well for the no. Be ready for the no. Be ready for the no. So be prepared. Maybe you want to take a little break from, being in contact with the person, because it's a little awkward. So maybe you want to give it a 2-week break or a month before seeing the person again, if you're that kind of sensitive person. So you prepare for your yes, prepare for your maybe, and you prepare for your no. Now, this is a relationship setting, but it applies to so many different things. Always plan for the respective answers. Now, in terms of being ambiguous in when somebody communicates to you, this is where maybe it's a presentation, maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's a boss, you ask for pay raise, or there's some system that is not very clear, or some new policy that is not clear. You want to, or some situation, you want to ask very directly who, what, where, when, why, how. Those are the key questions. When did this happen? Why did this happen? Who's involved? How many people? When will this be resolved? When is the next meeting? When is the product launch? When are you going to fix the sink? If it's a household situation. You can also add could you. Now, could you make conversations could you make conversations more polite? So could you tell me why? Could you tell me how? Could you tell me where? Could you tell me when? And things like that. And you can even add a little please or some other little nice phrase to throw in. So be very, very direct in your questions. If the person is still being ambiguous, I recommend yes or no questions. Are you going to finish the report by Monday? So yes or no. They say maybe. Well, maybe does that mean Tuesday? Or so you, by giving them a yes or no, it kind of locks them into an answer. Do you want to have the party? Yes or no. Are you interested? Yes or no. So you lock them into yes or no questions, and so you remove the ambiguity with it. So how do you remove ambiguity? If it's from you, be clear about what you want before you start a conversation or presentation. So, and be specific. Use very direct language when you speak, and remember it's okay to be direct and respectful. Both are complementary. If it's and prepare, and also if it's prepare for the answer as well. So if it's yes, maybe, or no, prepare for the maybe, how to clarify the maybe and how you will respond. If it's another person and they've said something, spoken, or another group, and you're not sure, a boss, a friend, or something, ask who, what, where, when, why. Why did you say that? Or could you tell me why? So remember, you can add could you just to make it more polite. If that fails, add your yes or no questions. Do you think that was okay? When will the report? Is the report going to be ready by XY date? So you lock them into yes, no answers, and you narrow down. So that's it. Remove the ambiguity from conversations. Thank you. It's smart communication. Stay tuned and remember to send me your questions. Cheers.